Be me. 24-year-old female, just graduated nursing school. Always been hardcore feminist. Believe patriarchy is root of society's problems. Constantly posting about toxic masculinity and male violence. Firmly convinced that men are inherently more aggressive and dangerous. Women are peaceful, nurturing creatures held back by oppressive systems. Decide to work emergency room to help victims of male violence. Want to make difference supporting women who've been hurt by men. Get hired at City General Hospital for night shift position. Night shift pays more, and I figured it would be quieter. Completely unprepared for what I'm about to witness. First week of orientation during day shift seems manageable. Mostly elderly patients, minor injuries, routine medical issues, few domestic violence cases that confirm my beliefs about male aggression. Women with bruises clearly beaten by their boyfriends or husbands. Reinforces everything I believed about men being violent oppressors. Start night shift rotation, thinking I understand what to expect. First Friday night completely shatters my worldview. 11 p.m., drunk woman brought in by ambulance. She's screaming, throwing punches at paramedics and nurses. Takes 4 people to restrain her while she hurls profanities. Attacks female nurse trying to start IV. Leaves scratch marks on her face. Male security guard tries to calm her down gently. She spits in his face and tries to knee him in groin. Nothing in feminist theory prepared me for violent, aggressive woman. Watch male staff handle situation with incredible patience and restraint. Meanwhile, female patient is absolutely feral and dangerous. Midnight brings in domestic violence call. Expect to see battered woman needing support and care. Instead, it's 25-year-old guy with black eye and scratches. Girlfriend attacked him with kitchen knife during argument. He's embarrassed and keeps making excuses for her behavior. She was just stressed about work. It's not her fault. Female cops who responded to call roll their eyes. Another one who won't press charges against his psycho girlfriend. Discover that male domestic violence victims are surprisingly common, but they never report it because society doesn't take it seriously. 2 a.m., bar fight victims start arriving. Expect to see men who injured each other in testosterone-fueled brawl. Instead, it's 3 women who got into vicious fight over guy. Hair pulling, scratching, biting, broken bottles as weapons. Injuries are actually worse than typical male bar fights. One woman has chunk of hair ripped out. Another needs stitches. Male bouncer who broke up fight has scratches all over his arms. Women fights are way worse than men fights, he tells me. Men punch each other and it's over. Women try to kill each other. Start noticing pattern that challenges everything I believed. Women can be incredibly violent when they want to be. Often more vicious and personal than male violence. 3 a.m., overdose patient brought in by girlfriend. Young guy who took too much fentanyl, barely breathing. Girlfriend is hysterical, but not in a way I expected. Screaming at unconscious boyfriend about ruining her night. I told you not to do that shit when we're supposed to party. More concerned about her plans being disrupted than his life. Nurses work frantically to save his life, while she complains. Male friend who called ambulance sits quietly, clearly worried. Contrast between male and female reactions is striking. 4 a.m., sexual assault case arrives. Prepare myself to comfort female victim of male predator. Instead, it's 16-year-old boy who was assaulted by older woman. Kid is traumatized and confused, doesn't understand what happened. Female social worker immediately questions if he really didn't want it. Are you sure you didn't lead her on or give mixed signals? Same victim blaming that feminists condemn when applied to women. Realize that male victims get even less support and understanding. Society assumes boys and men always want sex regardless of circumstances. Rest of shift brings parade of cases that don't fit narrative. Woman who drove drunk with kids in car, crashed into family. 3 people dead because of her poor judgment. She shows no remorse. Blames everyone else for her situation. Meanwhile, male paramedic who worked accident scene is crying. He can't stop thinking about children who died needlessly. Woman who stabbed her boyfriend with screwdriver during argument. Claims self-defense, but witnesses say she attacked him first. Boyfriend refuses to press charges because he loves her. Woman who abandoned newborn baby in dumpster behind restaurant. Shows up seeking medical care for herself, not concerned about infant. Male janitor who found baby is traumatized by discovery. Works extra shifts to pay for therapy after witnessing neglect. Start second week with completely different perspective. Begin paying attention to gender patterns in emergency cases. Men who come in are often stoic about pain and injury. Apologize for taking up staff time. Minimize their problems. Women tend to be more dramatic about minor issues. Demand immediate attention. Threaten to sue if not satisfied. Notice that male patients are generally more respectful to staff. Say please and thank you. Follow medical instructions. Female patients often rude and entitled, argue with doctors. Treat nurses like servants rather than medical professionals. Third week, gang violence victim arrives. 17-year-old boy shot 3 times in drive-by shooting. Kid is dying, but more worried about his little sister. Keeps asking if someone called his mom to pick her up from school. Doesn't want sister walking home alone in dangerous neighborhood. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend shows up demanding to see him. Makes scene about not being let into trauma room. More concerned about drama and attention than his condition. Starts posting selfies at hospital for social media sympathy. Male friends wait quietly in hallway, genuinely concerned. Offer to donate blood. Ask how they can help family. Week 4 brings domestic violence case that changes everything. Woman attacks husband with baseball bat while he's sleeping. Claims he was cheating, but investigation reveals no evidence. Husband has skull fractures, may have permanent brain damage. Woman shows no remorse, says he deserved it for disrespecting her. 3 young children witness their mother nearly kill their father. Kids are traumatized, begging for daddy to wake up. Female social worker focuses on woman's emotional state. She must have been really hurt to react this way. Same social worker who questioned teenage male rape victim. Double standard in how we treat male and female perpetrators. Start researching domestic violence statistics during breaks. Discover that women initiate domestic violence at nearly equal rates. But female perpetrators rarely face serious consequences. Courts and society assume women are always victims, never aggressors. Month 2, pattern becomes undeniable. Women are just as capable of violence, cruelty, and manipulation. Often more so because they face fewer consequences. Society gives women benefit of doubt while scrutinizing men. Witness woman who ran over ex-boyfriend's dog intentionally. Laughs about it while getting stitches from car accident. That'll teach him to dump me for that skank. Shows no empathy for animal suffering or ex-boyfriend's pain. Month 3. Start paying attention to staff dynamics. Male doctors are constantly criticized for bedside manner, accused of being cold or insensitive when delivering bad news. Female doctors can be just as blunt, but get praised for being direct. Male nurses face assumption that they're either gay or creepy. Have to work twice as hard to prove they're competent caregivers. Female nurses can be incompetent, but still get patient preference. Notice that violent patients almost always target male staff. Assume men can handle it while demanding gentleness from women. Male security guards get attacked regularly, but expected to remain calm. If they defend themselves, they're accused of excessive force. Witness the female patient assault, male nurse with medical equipment. She faces no consequences because she was in pain. Male nurse who gets injured is told it's part of the job. Month 4, attempted suicide case that breaks my heart. Teenage boy tried to hang himself after being falsely accused of rape. Girl at school made up story when her parents found out about consensual sex. Even after she admits lying, boy's reputation is permanently destroyed. Lost friends, college prospects, family relationships ruined. Suicide attempt was result of social ostracism and hopelessness. Girl who lied faces no consequences for nearly killing innocent person. Moves to different school while boy's family considers moving states. Realize how easily false accusations can destroy innocent lives. Start researching false accusation statistics and find disturbing data. Significant percentage of rape allegations are false or unsubstantiated, but men accused face immediate social and professional consequences. Even when cleared, suspicion and whisper campaigns continue. Believe all women creates system where accusations equal guilt. Month 5. Overdose case that shows different side of addiction. Woman brought in after taking pills trying to get attention. Not genuine suicide attempt, but cry for help during breakup. Uses up resources that could go to real emergencies. Meanwhile, her ex-boyfriend shows up genuinely concerned. She screams at him for driving her to this. Blames him for her decision to take the pills. He breaks down crying, feels responsible for her actions. Woman manipulates his guilt to get him back into relationship. Witness emotional abuse and manipulation in real time. Realize that women can be psychologically abusive just like men. Month 6. Child abuse case that destroys my faith in maternal instinct. Mother brings in 3-year-old with suspicious injuries. Claims child fell downstairs, but injuries don't match story. Investigation reveals systematic abuse and neglect by mother. Father had no knowledge, works 2 jobs to support family. Mother was supposed to be primary caregiver. Child has old fractures, malnutrition, signs of chronic abuse. Social worker still focuses on supporting the mother. She must be overwhelmed, single parenting is hard. Except she's not single, just chose not to work while abusing kid. Father is devastated when he learns what happened. Month 7. Start questioning everything I believed about gender. Women are not inherently more peaceful or nurturing. Men are not inherently more violent or dangerous. Society's assumptions about gender are often completely wrong. Witness more female perpetrators and male victims than expected. System is biased toward protecting women even when they're aggressors. Start researching evolutionary psychology and biological differences. Maybe some gender patterns exist for biological reasons, but society has overcorrected and created new problems. Month 8. Realize that my feminist beliefs were mostly wrong, based on ideology rather than observation of reality. Spent years assuming men were oppressors and women were victims. Emergency room shows that humans are complex, regardless of gender. Some women are violent, manipulative, and cruel. Some men are gentle, caring, and selfless. Judging people based on gender rather than actions is fundamentally unfair. Month 9. Start speaking up about what I've observed. Other nurses agree, but afraid to voice opinions publicly. You can't say that women can be abusive. It's not politically correct. Even medical professionals constrained by ideological narratives. Continue documenting patterns I witnessed during shifts. Building case that current understanding of gender is flawed. Month 10. Attempted murder case that crystallizes everything. Woman tries to poison husband with antifreeze. Motivation is life insurance money, not abuse or self-defense. Calculated, premeditated attempt to murder innocent man. Husband survives but has permanent organ damage. Woman shows no remorse, angry that plan didn't work. Blames husband for making her. Resort to attempted murder. Legal system still treats her more leniently than male defendant would be. Realize that gynocentrism has created system of female privilege. Women face lighter sentences for same crimes as men. Society assumes women are less culpable for their actions. Year later, completely different person than when I started. Understand that equality means holding everyone to same standards, not giving women passes for bad behavior because of their gender. Start advocating for true equality rather than female supremacy. Lose friends who think I've been brainwashed by patriarchy, but helping all victims regardless of gender matters more than ideology. Emergency room taught me that reality is more complex than theory. Humans are individuals who should be judged by their actions, not stereotyped based on demographic characteristics.